this video, just going to go through how to manipulate spreadsheet cells in Apache Open Office. Apache Open Office is downloadable from the internet. It's a free resource. It's a very powerful resource, and it's made by, or it's developed by Sun Microsystems, who are also the developers of the Java program language. So to open up the spreadsheet, you go to the icon for the Apache Open Office. You can see here it's Open Office 4.1.3. As of February 2017, this is the latest version of Apache Open Office. So we just double click on the Open Office icon and it opens up this window for us. You can see here we've got a selection of applications within the Open Office setup, and we want to go to the spreadsheet. You can see you've got the text, you've got drawings, databases, formulas, presentation, but we just want to select the spreadsheet. So we double click on spreadsheet and it takes us to the spreadsheet page. Now the A, B, C, D, E line across here, that is the column header, and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down this side, that is the row header. So we have the row header and the column header, which helps to manipulate the cells to the sizes or to do other things, to select specific cells on that specific row or that specific column. If you want to select an individual cell, you just go to the cell that you want to select, and we will select A1 for the purposes of this display. To resize this cell, to make the column wider or to heighten it, you just take the cursor up to the line between the column, so the line between A and B. The cursor changes to, as you can see, this line with the two arrows to the left and to the right. You left click on the mouse button to grab a hold of the line, and to make it larger you just move to the right, or to make it smaller you just move to the left. And you can see, once you've got it to the size that you want, you just release the mouse button and it stays at that size. To take it back to that size, you can go up to the reset button and you can undo what you have just done. So you can undo it and it takes it back to the original size, the default size, before you reset it to the size which was wider. The row is just exactly the same. You take the cursor to the line, the dividing line between the row, like there's row 1 and row 2, so you can see the cursor has changed to the up and down arrows. You just left click the mouse on the mouse button, that grabs the line, and you can see if you move down it makes your cell larger, and again grab it with the left mouse button and you move up and it reduces the cell size. Now, that is just doing it manually, and that obviously when you do this it takes it to the size that you can see on the diagram that opens up when you're manipulating the height and the column of the height of the column and the row. There's another way to manipulate a cell, which is if you go to, you select the cell that you want to manipulate. This time we'll just go to D7. We want to make the column to a specific size. You would go to Format and we go to Column, we go to Width, and we fill in the size that we want to make our column to. We click OK, and that increases the column width. We'll reset it back to what it was. The height is just exactly the same. You select the cell. You can see the cells highlighted by the black lines around about the cell. You go up to Format. We go on to Row, Height, click on Height. It opens up this new window, and to adjust the height we just put in our new size, 0.90, and click OK, and that gives us our new height. We'll reset that. To do multiple columns or multiple rows, all we need to do is select where you're starting from. So we were starting from C, column C. We left click, drag the mouse to the left, to the right, or to the left, whichever way you want your columns to be manipulated, and the cell sizes. Release, and this highlighted area will remain. As long as you don't click on this open space, this will remain highlighted. Go up to Format, Column Width, doing this along the column header. We want to increase the width of the columns that we have selected, so we just select width and we do 90 centimeters, click OK, and that makes our columns to the size that we have entered into the window. Just take that back. Exactly the same with the rows. You just go to the row that you want to start on, left click to grab the number on the row header, and drag the mouse down to where you want to stop. So we want to go to 17. We release the mouse button and this remains highlighted. If you were to click on an empty space, then this would disappear. So you don't want to click anywhere until you've actually carried out the format that you want to do. So we go to Format on the menu again, left click on Format. We want to increase the row height of the selected rows, so we select height, we change the size to the size that we prefer, click OK, and that does the selected rows to the size that you have selected for 4 to 17. So we'll reset that. Even if you don't go on to the row header, if you were to do the same but do it, select, you start on D4, drag the mouse down to D17, but in the cell within the spreadsheet and the column D, not actually on the header but just within the spreadsheet itself, and you were to format, you get the same result. We go to row, we get to height, we change the height, 80, click OK, and that changes the height all the way along. We change that back. If you are wanting to manipulate the whole spreadsheet, you'll see you're wanting to make all the column headers or the row headers the same size. You can go to the top left box, this small box between the A and the 1, and left click, and it highlights the whole spreadsheet. And we would just go to Format. If you were wanting to make the columns all the same all the way right to the end of the spreadsheet, or the rows all the way down to the bottom of the spreadsheet the same, you click on this box here, this small corner box on the spreadsheet, go up to Format, and then manipulate the cells from what we've done before, the width, and we just select the width that we want them to be and click OK, and that will change the whole spreadsheet, whether it be the column or the row that you've selected. And that basically is how to manipulate the cells in an Apache Open Office spreadsheet.